my dearest INFJ entrepreneurs. Welcome back to another video, or if you are listening to this one on our podcast, welcome back to the podcast. Now, today we're going to talk about developing our SE and how to develop our SE in business specifically, and how to use that developed SE in business. Now, what is SE? It stands for Extraverted Sensing. And extraverted sensing is basically our fourth function in our cognitive stack, which means that inherently SE for us is the weakest function. And what also means is, so what is SE? So SE is everything that has to do with the present moment. That has to do with the sensory, the now, the sensations, the sounds, the voices, just being present in the moment and experiencing and letting yourself experience everything in real time. Now, I have an SE Dom partner, and I can tell you that when you are SE Dom, you want to do things that are fun in the moment. You want the moment to be fun, most comfortable, the best, the most sensory satisfying. And these people, they love to enjoy life. They love, the wind, the music. They love to feel and they love to experience. And they are in the moment most of the time. Now, if you are an INFJ, you know that being in the moment and being present in the moment is extremely hard for us. Not only because SE is our inferior function, but you know that because of NI, we are in our heads or feelings a lot because of FE. Like, we are in our heads and we love our heads. Like, our head is, I would think, the most comfortable place where we can be because it's cushy, it's safe, it's beautiful inside, it's comforting, right? So when we are in our heads, which is INFJ most of the time, we can vision the future, we can just enjoy our imagination, and we can stay inside of that cocoon really, really long without getting bothered by anyone. And we love it. And we love to be getting lost in our head. But getting lost in our head also sometimes means that what's in the present moment is also not really getting anywhere. And I have intentionally worked on my SE. And actually, I worked on all my functions to this day, but specifically SE, I worked on a lot. And maybe that's where I struggle the most as well. And in this video and in this episode, I want to talk about how can we develop the SE better and how can we get this stronger. So first of all, why do we need to get this stronger? I love that we are in our heads a lot, but at the same time, in our head is cutting us off from the present moment, the present connections, to really fully experience life for everything that it has to give us. But also in business, many times when we are in our head and we are daydreaming and imagining that one day I'm going to do this in business, or one day I'm going to write a book, or one day I'm going to become, and you insert what it is for you, it feels like a nice, cushy dream in our head. Because of our SE, we are not really putting enough effort in the now to make that reality happen. So big dreamers, execution-wise, we are like not so good. I actually renamed SE. The way I renamed SE for me is self-expression. And self-expression to me is everything that has to do with the here and now, but also using all my body, my voice, my being, and bringing that to the sensory world. So the first thing that really helped me with my SE and developing my SE was to do exercises. I do pole dance, but pole dance is in itself is a difficult sport to do. It's difficult, it's painful, it's hard. You really have to be in the moment to concentrate, to not fall into your head. There's a lot of concentration in the body that you have to do in order to be really good at this. And I'm not saying you guys need to start doing pole dance, but what I'm saying is, like, picking up some sort of hobby or sport that helps you to be more present in the body. So you cannot drift away You cannot possibly recoil in your head because you're forced to be in your body. I would say that to me, speaking, expressing has helped tremendously. Developing a muscle of micro visibility has helped me to get out of my head more and be in the moment. Developing my speaking, my self-expression, whether through my podcast, my business, and showing up with more visibility in the areas in which I believe in and support has helped my SE tremendously, which means that now I'm able to be much more open and visible and be seen and expressed. And I've also cultivated, unlocked a range of expression that can now go from whatever is in my head to closely match to what now reality is. And I'm going to give you this example because I have an INFJ in my current group. And this is an improv class that I do. And this is another way to develop SE really well. But I have this guy, he's INFJ guy in my improv class, and he is an older gentleman. I have the INFJ meter. We can feel each other. We can clock each other. It's so clear that he's an INFJ. So clear. And he is in his head doing the exercises so much so that he is very much struggling to be in the moment. And many times in improv comedy, which is again a great way to develop your SC because you have to be in the present moment, you have to be sharp, you have to be quick, you can't overthink, you can't be like, let me recall in my head. You have to be present with the people and in the moment, it forces you to do that. There is no other option. You have to respond really, really fast. And you have to use your imagination and respond at the same time. Amazing way to develop your SC. But this guy specifically he has such beauty inside that whenever he actually opens the floodgates and expresses something in the group, we all want to cry, because it's so rare for him to really open up and make his expressions visible that he has inside, that every time he does, we are floored and we are so moved by his expression. But what I can also sense is that he is the person who has such internal richness and depth and beauty and, again, just such a beautiful soul through and through, but he doesn't express that. He would be that silent observer in the corner of the room, and you would have no idea what treasure is inside because he literally doesn't say it. He doesn't express it. And when he does, even 1% of that range that he has actually, and he's not using it, but 1% of that range is already moving people to tears. That's how powerful the INFJ internal world exposure to outside and making it visible to the outside can get. And I'm not saying that you should expose everything when it's inside of you, even though I do believe this is our magnetism, making our internal world more visible. I believe that to be the case, and I'm not saying you should expose everything. You should be here's everything. What I'm saying is you should micro-expose your inner world more and work on how can I learn to be present more and express in the present and give myself permission to give even 1% of what is really going on inside and just let the outside world see it. And the way I like to call it is going through micro expressions of visibility. So when you are in business, obviously it's not going to be very easy for you to just put something that's really close to your heart, whether it's a written expression or whether it's a video or whether it's a post. Obviously, we cannot skip social media. We cannot skip externalizing some of our internal geniuses because we want people to get recognized by it. We want opportunities, clients, more business, more exposure in our what we do. But at the same time, exposing that in ways that feel comfortable to you, but still pushes you a little bit in micro visibilities is the way to go. And I like to call this a muscle. I feel like the expression muscle, if we use a self-expression for SE, the self-expression muscle to me is genuinely something that you need to keep learning to flex because you will let yourself be micro visible and then you're going to recoil back. And then you're going to see another micro expression, micro visibility, you're going to recoil back. And you're going to see every time you do and say something, actually nothing happens, or people resonate with you every time you do. And so it gives you like a compounded visibility and compounded courage to keep doing more of that. And I encourage you guys to do that too. Another tip for you to develop your SE is to move fast when you have an idea. And so instead of trying to overthink, okay, so I want to do this, okay, what do I do about it? And months go by and you literally haven't taken the first step to making that happen, whether it's a launch, or whether it's a product, whether it's some kind of new offering, whatever it is that you guys do, instead of putting that out there for the people to then make a decision on or make a move on, you are overthinking your actions. So to develop the SE, you need to move faster and let your actions follow faster than your imagination. Because what you have to understand is imperfect action is better than no action. And when we are in the here and now, we are escaping the head more and understanding that the movement has to come first, and you'll figure out the rest later. And I think that is really also going to be paired with your NI, which is your introverted intuition, because NI is already forecasting everything in the future, but also NI is giving you nudges, like intuitive nudges, that it's time to move on this, it's time to do this, it's time. But of course, if you're scared, you're blocking yourself from acting. But NI actually is not signaling to you for no reason. And I have written a post about this before. And if you are following me, if you're friends on Facebook, if not, you can go ahead and add me on. I can put my link in the description. I have written about this very phenomenon where I allow my body to act faster than my mind can block that action. So I have an entire piece. It's called Before It Made Sense. And this piece specifically is talking about the fact of how to trust my intuition and activate my SE to move whenever I feel like moving, before I can be like, wait, like the brain can turn on and be like, what are you doing? Let's not do this, right? So when we lean into that movement more and more, we can develop a muscle for, okay, let me move. I feel the nudge, let me move. It becomes like a second nature. I can trust that intuition more. I can lean into that more, and I can back it up with action instead of letting it be stifled and blocked by my own brain. I'm not going to tell anyone you guys should do improv comedy, but improv comedy definitely moved me out of my comfort zone in ways that I never thought was possible. It not only helped activating my SE and pushed me to stay more present, but it helped me lean into uncertainty more and more, because many times you have to get inside of a circle, because all the teacher says is, I need 2 people. Okay, I need 2 people. Who's coming? And then you move and you're like, okay, what do I do now? And practicing that movement without knowing where this is gonna go is exactly the muscle that will make your SE really fucking strong. And I'm not saying that I'm throughout there. Like, I'm not saying that I don't have times where I recoil back to contemplation and thinking, because for us, thinking and reflecting and experiencing and coming back to observe again, like, I think it's natural for us to do that. I also don't think we ever gonna be this go type of entrepreneur who's like catching every opportunity left, right, center, like very much like go. We always gonna be like, I'm gonna go and then come back and go and come back. I think what we need to get better at is how can we move when we feel like moving instead of letting us be blocked? How can we be more action taker, less overthinker? And how can we trust the unknown? How can we let ourselves be seen in micro ways? Okay? Thank you so much for watching this one. And don't forget, courage over fear, progress over perfection. If you're not already in our group, I'm going to put the link in the description. We have a monthly meetup. Come and join us there. Would love to see you. Bye, guys.